My father was born in 1906 in Vancouver, BC, and he was the 17th son of a wealthy merchant named Yip Sang. Yip Sang was so wealthy that he was able to marry three wives at the same time, and he had a total of 23 children. And he graduated from the University of Michigan in 1931 with a pharmacy degree. Um, but he still had his sights on getting a law degree.
He left Vancouver and came to Toronto looking for opportunities. He entered Osgoode Hall Law School around 1942.
And he told me that there were less discrimination in Ontario because there were less Chinese. So he was able to attend Osgoode Hall, and in 1945 he graduated and was called to the bar as the first Canadian lawyer of Chinese descent. When my father was attending Osgoode Law School, he was also in the Reserve Army of the Queen's Own Rifles, and he was in training at Camp Niagara. And he got rheumatism. And one of his lawyer friends, Irving Himmel, also got rheumatism.
Irving Himmel was interested in civil rights.
My father told Irving, Mr. Himmel, that he wanted to do immigration work after he graduated. But the problem was that they had the Exclusion Act was still in force, and they would not allow the Chinese in.
And that's where it happened. That's where Irving Himmel and Doc Yip hatched the plan to do something, to form a committee and lobby the government in Ottawa to repeal the Chinese Exclusion Act.
So right after they graduated, my dad and Mr. Himmel organized a committee. At first, the committee was small, and it was composed of Dr. Nye, who was a medical doctor, as well as Colonel Kroll, who was an MP, Liberal MP of Spadina Riding, and then was Irving Himmel, and then my dad acted as secretary.
At the same time, the Toronto contingent was going to Ottawa. There was another contingent in Vancouver that was formed, trying to do the same, achieve the same objectives, and I believe the two committees worked together.
They also enlisted some Occidentals, such as Dr. Armstrong, the moderator of the United Church, and Cardinal McGuigan of the Catholic Church. So the committee would go up to Ottawa.
I don't know if they really met with Mackenzie King, but certainly his ministers and senior people in the government, to find out what they had to do to Doc Yip and Irving Himmel and their committee from Toronto, what they had to do to have the act repealed. I can remember older Chinese, Lowakyu, coming to my father with letters from the government, and they were all worried and concerned. What's this letter mean? What do I have to do? And my father would translate to these older gentlemen and explain, oh, it's nothing serious here. I will write you a letter and take care of it for you.
I recall a number of times where he would get up early in the morning and he would take a bus to some small Ontario town to serve the Chinese people in that town, to help them, with their wills, to help them with their restaurant business. And so it was very important not only for the Chinese here in Toronto, but all of the areas around southern Ontario.
One day he came home to our home at 7:30, 8 o'clock after work, holding a bag, a paper bag with chicken feet coming out the top. My mother said, "What's that?" And my father said, "That's my fee. Would you clean the chicken, take out the feathers, and cook my fee, please?"
I think he would say to young Chinese lawyers to be that they should be aware of the community that they come from, and when possible they should serve the people of that community, and also to be mindful of the people who went down that path before them.
And keep working towards your goal. Don't give up, and you will achieve your goal and become a member of our honorable profession.